So this has become an established deck in Historic. We played against it a few times. I wanted to kick the tires on it ourselves. So Symmetry Sage got a buff. It's an 0/3 that makes things have 3 power. So this is great with every other creature in the deck because they all have low base power. Symmetry Sage works the way you want it to with Soul-Scar Mage. So if you set this power to 3, it then gets its bonuses from prowess on top of that. This setting Dreadhorde Arcanist power to 3 lets you flashback Iteration and Wizard's Lightning. Reckless Charge only lets us put out an incredible amount of damage by playing on creatures, giving them haste right away, but this is yet another way to add extra attack to Dreadhorde Arcanist so it can flashback these top end of our curve spells. We're playing the Wellspring because it's free. Dear Wizards of the Coast, please ban companions in every format that they're legal in. They suck. Okay, thanks, bye. Let's play some Historic, chat. That's true. In Historic, they shouldn't even ban the companions. They should just delete the companion mechanic off them so you can still play them as main deck cards. I think the core idea of companions was phenomenal. And if they wanted to make companions a regular new part of Magic where everybody was always playing a companion and there was a diverse and interesting selection of them, they would have been awesome. However, Wizards pulled a Wizards and took this idea that could have been great and let it rot and be unmanaged, and now there's 3 of them that are the only 3 that are playable in the formats where they're legal, and they're just dry and uninteresting because of that. Just like, this could have been awesome, and instead, yeah. Okay, tap Dread is nice. Black red mid-range dominant in every Magic Arena format. Yes. Any resources I recommend? My go-to places, I have 3 places I pull Magic deck lists from, chat. The subscriber Discord server, MTG Melee, and Untapped. Oh, Bonecrusher Giant's a good reason to Reckless Charge my Shredder. I was thinking if they had a removal spell I preferred, they kill the Soul-Scar Mage, but the fact that a lot of their removal spells couldn't kill Shredder. Alright, untapped lands our best draw here, so we can fire up Den of the Bugbear.
For once it's out. One of your friends has to leave.
Probably dead now.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Catch you later, war game. Alright, we'll just draw 2 more Wizard's Lightnings. I'll wrap this game up with a bow.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Discarded 1 card, interesting. I mean, they gotta start closing this game out, right?
You won't be outsmarting
So,
me.
Croxa puts us to 5, and then or Croxa puts us to 11, and then we're probably dead. I guess they don't want to get hit by the dead of the Bugbear. Makes sense. I think we're in here. Wonder if this matchup is winnable. I'm sure we're gonna find out very quickly if it is or not, because their deck is like a significant part of the format. They're playing Unholy Heat, so hers definitely seems good. The math on Wizard's Lightning, can you go lower than 12? So remember, it's not just number of wizards, but how many cards you see. And I think 12 wizards with at least 8 draw spells is probably about the floor, yeah. We Rage the Shredder. That's not a guarantee, Sunshine. They could have had another removal spell they were sandbagging. I think it's worth noting that I probably targeted the wrong thing because of Bonecrusher specifically, but there's not a guarantee that that was their only counterplay at that moment. They had a whole grip full of cards. And like, that last turn especially where they passed instead of bringing the Croxa back, like telegraphed that they definitely had more removal, right? You are correct that we had a better line, but it's not a guaranteed line. Today in your political minute, chat, it's a sad political minute to remind you that voting is important this November. Republicans are introducing a bill in the House, it is, I believe, to ban abortion nationwide at 15 weeks. And they're referring to that as late term at 15 weeks because in addition to being spineless assholes, they're also bad at math. Which is a good reminder that when Republicans talk about wanting things to be up to states and states' rights, they're lying to your face. They don't actually give a shit about you or states' rights. All they care about is control and making profits for themselves and other people that are their friends. So long, Dreadhorde Arcanist. I hardly knew ya. The Civil War was about states' rights. Yes. Quoteth every hillbilly racist to ever have lived. I want to give them the option to block the Soul-Scar Mage because it hits for 1 more. But I don't think they're going to take the option to block here. hopefully people that are more progressive like Fetterman are going to be more of the norm for Democrats moving forward. That would be great. I would love more Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's and less Joe Biden's. I am not going to block because of Stump. Based on polling, yes, Monolith, but also polling's a lot of guesswork, and we won't know until actual November happens. Alright, well, the 5th land means we can cast the Moose next turn at least. This block is free because they don't have red mana up now. I skipped it last turn when they had red mana available. We'll take it this turn because they don't. Yeah, Garlic. It's interesting. So back before I finally stopped interacting with a lot of my family members who are Trumpers and conservatives at this point, the one of the biggest things that always felt strange to me was a lot of conservatives always complained about, you know, rich people being in politics and there not being enough real people and there should be people that come from like actual backgrounds and stuff, and like those things are true and like they're good. But like when push came to shove and someone like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is a real person and is not a millionaire and like was a bartender, like gets elected, but then their Fox News talking points turn to like ripping on her because of who she is and what she did before being in Congress, they went along with that. And it was just like big eye-opening experience for me personally. It was like, oh, you don't actually believe anything you're saying. You're just like regurgitating bad talking points because that's what you were told to do because it's who you listen to. All right, so this is a Royal Scions to hand, Arcanist to bottom, Reckless and Exile, and then we can Symmetry Sage, Reckless Charge, kill the Liliana, but it just definitely feels like we're like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound here. Maybe I'm not supposed to hit the Liliana? Am I supposed to crack them for 6? Maybe I'm just supposed to crack them for 6 and hope to draw a thing. Yeah, that's actually the line. Let's just hit them and hope to draw a thing. Oh, they have a fatal push to the mid though, right? We're just dead. Is Historic still a Batman situation? Yeah, definitely, Sergeant Pepper. 11 months. Appreciate the over 4 years, Roth. And they voted for the relatable everyday man, Donald Trump.
I'm
yep.
tired of your secrets.
Yep. Yep. Well, that match of Magic did not feel remotely competitive. I'm sure we're gonna get to experience it again a couple more times during this set. I'd be interested to see if we just had a bad beat there, or if we're just gonna get dismantled every time we hit that. I didn't update the description yet. Let me fix that. Yeah, you missed Standard. I'm not going to be playing Standard again, Sellers. Standard is literally, and maybe it's every format's all black mid-range, but Standard did not feel particularly great today. At least, like, the black mid-range decks in these other formats have some respect for aggro, because aggro still kind of exists. In Standard has seemingly devolved into mid-range decks just trying to outgreed each other. Yes, Explorer is included in Untapped. Alchemy as well, although the Alchemy sample sizes are small and tend to not be great. Explorer's got decent information. We don't really have much of a stream queue these days, Logan. I think we played the last thing in it this morning. I have like 1 or 2 things that sit sometimes, but mostly I'm just playing what I want. Which was the goal of making submissions more expensive. Oh, we're playing Genshin today. It's in the stream title. Towards the end. I poor Dreadhorde Arcanist yet. It's a shame this isn't a 3rd red land. I am not familiar with how the packages work on Untapped for pricing and stuff because they give it to me as a complimentary thing being a content producer. Hashtag sponsored, technically, I think. Oh, I guess because I Reckless Rage here, they could double block, but them double blocking's probably fine for me. This goes upstairs, they go to 13, and then I'm attacking for 8, so let's kill their chieftain. Alright, Cody, Standard was medium. Historic is okay so far, we're just getting started with it. Oh, did Midnight Sun release? I think that was coming out sometime soon. Alright, Symmetry Sage is lethal here. Let's do our friend the Reckless Charge. Oh, it releases December 2nd. Okay, so Logan is mistaken and it is something else. Yeah, I didn't think it was coming out this soon. Alright, this definitely feels like an all Doomblades on deck matchup. The question is, what do we trim? Maybe the Considers. Do I want 2 mana Doomblade? Maybe not. And we just like add 2 bolts, got 2 considers. Seems fine. Typical Magic player, didn't actually read it all. Sounds about right. I just assume every potential video game or release I read about is gonna get pushed back. There's lots of delays and stuff. Do I have deck lists? You can find deck lists on my YouTube channel. Inside of every video description. Alright, so we're gonna Reckless Rage one of these, and then we're gonna attack Reckless Rage the other. Yeah, the deck list pages on my website did not drive meaningful extra traffic to my content, so they just weren't worth maintaining, unfortunately. Oh, is Cyberpunk getting a major DLC soon? I was planning to play that at some point. If they're adding their big DLC release, probably a decent time to try it. Next year? Okay, I'll probably wait till then to play it. And Library Exile? Apparently the DLC is not going to work with the PS4 versions. Good. They really need to end of... Video game companies should not still be supporting PS4 and the other older Xbox console. Really limits too much what they're able to do. Those pieces of hardware are so old at this point. Expressive Iteration, see if we can kill them here. Negative. Hand. Library, Exile. Cast this. Wizard's Lightning this. Hit them for 3 here. I mean, it's fine that people still use and enjoy those things. I just don't want my current generation video games getting limited sparkles and shinies because they're also trying to make that video game run on hardware that's a decade old. So I'm glad people are finding joy in their old hardware and it's still getting use. It's just negatively impacts my modern experience a lot of the time if companies have to limit themselves with how they dev. That's true. The Nintendo Switch is a very novel potato. Very, very novel potato. Yeah, I'd wager we'd probably see more folks cut off PS4 support faster if PS5s were actually available. Are you still not able to just, like, order them on Amazon? Alright, now I'm opening Amazon and looking. Amazon says request invitation, so I assume that means they're not available. A lot of big box stores have them. I got mine last week. Okay. Or maybe the request invitation is just so it's something they do to keep them out of scalpers' hands. Could see that being a thing too. Ledger Shredder, the Expressive Iteration probably gets us 2 spells this turn. Never lucky rubber ducky. They are definitely a sacrifice deck playing Garden and Shambling Guest here. Yeah, I mean, part of that whole mess slogan was because of how far out they announced Cyberpunk, right? Like, they announced their project too far in advance, and when they initially announced it, they promised support for these ancient consoles that weren't ancient at that time. They were the current generation, but then it took them so long to actually get their thing out the door. It needs a third land anyways, chat. Overrated.
Yesterday's your lucky day.
Bottoming Wizard's Lightning here. I guess they're going to 6. Maybe we keep it. They could meat hook us here. Or they could concede. Good beats. We take those. Probably a Cat Oven deck. This also kills Chatterfang, so I'll board it in. Trim a couple play with fires. Lands, that's all we need yet, right? Chat! It can't block, chat! It's so excited! Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bim-bim-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey, what's going on, Cheesy? It's a big 4-0. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Marty actually did an import up for me, J-Ray, and we're actually going to play your Zur deck as our third deck today. We'll give that a try and explore. Yeah, Pokemon, like, it sees so little play now. This was nerfed a while ago. It's part of what made Historic better. They not only nerfed Unholy Heat, they also nerfed Golden Slayer. Yeah, that's why Historic became pretty diversified, chat, for those that missed it. It didn't just happen. It didn't just happen by accident, chat. Formats are better when Wizards actively manages them, turns out. Weird. It's almost like how I constantly talk about actively managing formats being a good thing is, in fact, actually a good thing. Strange. With an anvil and an oven, you can do a good impression of the old cat. Yeah, but that's more moving parts. And it's two colors, and one of them is 2 mana. And Library Exile? Yeah, they smacked Phoenix too, Logan. Unholy Heat only does 4 damage with Delirium now. And Darcy no longer gains toughness when it hits Delirium. Again, just like good changes all around. It's one of the reasons, another one of the reasons why I think Marvel Snap has so much potential. Once they get their full release cycle underway and they do one new card every week, like that type of change is like exactly what card games need to be successful. Regular little amounts of massaging so things don't get dry. Hey. Lyric Linyu, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Fires of Invention should definitely cost 4 mana in Historic. Just like Winota should have her original text box. Field of the Dead should be legal. Lot of things that should happen in Historic that haven't. Oko should just be changed to be a +1 and a -1, or a +1 and a -2. Give me all my toys back for this format. Yeah, Omnath should definitely be unnerfed in this format as well. Agree. Yes, Faceless Haven should probably be unnerfed at this point. The Faceless Haven nerf made sense in Alchemy, but it's rotated. Should undo that one. Yeah, they should take the Life Gate or something off of Uro and get it back. big sad I can't save Soul-Scar Mage, but if I consider and we find a spell here, I can Wizard's Lightning. Okay, yeah. So we'll Lightning here and connive the Shredder to a 5. I need to make sure we connive the right one. Oh, we have 2 spells anyways. Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, we're definitely getting an alchemy release for Dominaria United. I just forgot that that was going to be a thing. Soon, TM? And then hopefully it just won't matter that Standard's a crap show because we'll have alchemy to play. I think nerfing things differently in different digital formats would be a mistake, Logan. I think having like 6 versions of every card on Magic Arena, like even 2 is pushing it in some ways. Soon to be is now October 18th, mood. Morning, Mr. Snacks. Thanks for the sub. Hope life's treating you well. A half-bodied our 1/1. Had enough. This deck seems really good against not red-black. I kind of hope we hit red-black again so we can see if that feels bad for a second time. I'm curious to see if they buffed Dodrio between the test server and release tomorrow. Because its numbers looked pretty middling on the test server. Mid-range Tumos. We got our red-black mid-range was our first matchup in this set. We got chewed up and spit out. Was not pleasant. Are we on the play? I think we're on the play, which means this is just free to play on one, so we'll just bottom this one. I am not on the play, turns out. Rip. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow at 7, Braveheart. Right? Like 90% sure. Now I'm doubting myself. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. I think I logged in yesterday and said 2 days. Was Standard a dumpster fire? Yeah, Standard's pretty disappointing at the moment. Not a big fan. So this is actually a hit for 6 here. Let's do our friend the Sage. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Yeah, I really wish we would see more of these types of changes in Alchemy/Historic. There's so many cards that are very clearly made weaker to balance a limited format that are just so close to being playable in Constructed with just minor updates. So many designs that are just like, okay, this is playable if we just get X. Just get X as a small change. They don't have a way to kill Dreadhorde here. We're in a pretty good way. What was the change for Sage? Sage was originally an O2 that gave something 2 power. It's a pretty big upgrade, not dying to things like Bonecrusher Giant. And then also just hitting harder. Which, speaking of limited and the impact it has on constructed, it really made me chuckle when all the magic boomers were frothing at the mouth because alchemy nerfs also nerfed historic. They're like, you can't nerf cards in one format and have it impact another format. It's like if you only knew the number of constructed staples that were made unplayable because of limited. Alright. Felt pretty okay, but they also just like didn't apply any pressure. And some extra threats, a Scotia Graveyard hate. Yep, by the numbers, this deck has good stats on untap, Marty. It's probably reasonable. Yeah, Magic's got a lot of formats, a lot of different things, and people are trying to appease. I don't really get it. It just makes me chuckle when people are like, they're like, this thing that always happens can't possibly happen. Yes, limited is like draft and sealed. 40 card formats. Oh my gosh, I played that tap thinking I could cast this off of this. Mistakes were made. I'm limited only by my imagination and my Sharpie's ability to write on basic lands. LOL. I mean, limited and standard are the primary formats they balance around, Jodell. But like, they also obviously like more than anything else, the non-rotating format they design around is almost assuredly Commander. It's the most popular thing. Expressive here. And Library Exile. Yeah, I have heard feedback from people that enjoy limited that the recent limited formats have been good. Really? We're not respecting the Dreadhorde Arcanist. That is a lot of cards in the discard pile, Chip. That's true. Since Wizard started monetizing the Commander format more heavily, it seems like it's probably a little bit more dry. Feels like we're dying here. Dead yet? Alright, we just need an insane expressive iteration, chat. I think we were dead before the Molten Impact there, but definitely dead after it. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. I don't think I can go lower than 6 in the red black matchup. It's just so attrition-y. I think we just keep this and hope to draw land. Keep their graveyard small here. My thoughts are belong to you, opponent. So low on cards at this point. Oh, I guess I should take one card out of their bin. It's fine, it probably doesn't matter. Oof size, large, hand, library, exile. I think I need card advantage to get back in this game, so I'm gonna take the other expressive iteration, hope that I can draw 2 perhaps. How many lands are in our deck? Not that many, only 20. Of course. Yep. Yep, yep, yep.
It's my turn. Yup, you're going down.
Can't believe they brought in Pithing Needle for unlicensors. Feels bad, man.
Today's my lucky day.
They're dead on board, right? Rats. Oof size. Large. Oof size large. Oh, by the way, chat, Zoomer social media websites are weird. It's one of the people I follow, Spraggles for Pokemon Unite. He went live on TikTok and wasn't dual streaming, so I was like, all right, I want to check this out and see what it is. You apparently can't even watch a TikTok live stream without logging in and making an account. Like, I thought Twitter was annoying, like prompting you to log in after you scroll a little bit. Yeah, it's just like actually atrocious. Yeah, they want to farm you. I exerted an ounce of self-control and instead just went and watched something else instead of making an account and giving them what they wanted. But like, I felt like on principle, I couldn't sign up. I'm shocking this and doing this, but they're gonna have a turn 1/4, which is obviously not great for us. Understand, like I said, I even understand like Twitter prompting you to make an account after you scroll for a little bit, but like at least let me sample your product before I decide if I want to sign up. Like let me like see what's here. So, this deck that we're currently playing, Skyzos, is a little bit of the format, but it's not a lot of the format. The current most popular thing is red-black mid-range by a wide margin. Let's consider first and see what we get. Soul-Scar A. So if I Soul-Scar, then I can Reckless Rage this, and crack them for 2 here. I guess I kind of want to be defensive here, actually, because we're a little behind. Grolnan, can you please articulate for me in what way is TikTok spyware that other social media isn't? It feels like a strange thing to call out when that's like kind of just the norm for social media. What is it doing explicitly? They sit outside your house with binoculars. I shouldn't have paid one there, because we're going to cast another spell and they're going to get it anyways. Hey, Famous, thanks for the Prime. Appreciate the support. So, I believe you that the TikTok app collects a lot of data when it's installed, but my specific question, I guess, is what data is TikTok collecting that Facebook and Instagram and Twitter aren't? That's the question, because they're all doing that shit. They're all after your personal information. So from a should I care about this and why standpoint, that's my main question. A lot of apps ask for extra permissions and don't use them. Only 2.5 hours with the audio cutting out right now, actually. Alright, so we're gonna make an Ornithopter next turn. I don't think I can kill them here, unfortunately, right? And Library Exile. I need a chump block on the backswing. I'm using Wizard's Lightning to kill Thought Monitor here, right? They're a state-sponsored company in China. I mean, chat, Tencent's a state-sponsored company in China, and they have their hand in basically everything. Even Wizards of the Coast works with Tencent. They wholly own Riot Games, they own Timmy Studios, that makes Pokemon Unite, like... like, again, like... Oh, they get to make 2 4/4s here. I forgot they had 2 Thopters. Yeah, we're dead. Also, yeah, that too, what Spencer said. I don't think the Chinese government has any ability to use my data in a uniquely bad way. Like, again, just like, it's just interesting or weird to me, however you want to put it, the specific hills that people like to put themselves on for, like, my data matters or whatever. Because, like, ideally, nobody would be collecting our data, but they all are. So it's like, why are we upset about these ones, but we're not upset about these other ones, is a strange, like, differential / barrier to me, personally. Also, I don't even know if this is a hot take, chat, but I prefer the era of having my data be farmed because personalized ads are way better than non-personalized ads. Yeah, I agree, Famous. The algorithm's trying to keep you tied to the screen of the most dangerous part for sure. But Jeff, slippery slope argument. Yeah, exactly. They do be slipping. Let's put this land into place. We play around Spell Pierce here. I personalize my ads on Twitter by blocking every account that serves me ads until I have none on my timeline. That's the big brain play. Yeah, I had never used WhatsApp before, and when I went to London for Pokemon Worlds, their production crew for Worlds insisted on using WhatsApp instead of Discord. It's like, whatever, it's just another messaging app, but I guess we have a new thing to open. The data collected included things like passwords. What kind of applications are you using that your passwords are in a place that they can be collected? That sounds like the actual problem there. The actual problem with the situation you just described is that your passwords were stored in a way that they could be collected as data. It found my text files, passwords, and social security number .txt and hacked me. Discord is the only social media I engage with. Well, I do have bad news for you that Twitch is social media. I think a lot of people don't think it counts, but it definitely counts. What about Mystic Dispute here? Sure. You joke, but my dad has an actual Word doc full of passwords. Please, for the love of God, chat, introduce the older people in your lives to a password manager. Please, please, please. Help them not get scammed out of things with malware and social engineering. Unique passwords for every account, all stored in a password manager, chat. Pick your favorite. There's a lot of good ones. I prefer a browser-based one, so it's easy to access everywhere, but there's a lot of good choices. Full effect, thanks for the almost 3 years. Welcome back. Put two-factor authentication on everything you can put two-factor authentication on. The discard Soul-Scar Mage angle. Is it blue-red? It is Liquor. Thanks for 13 months. Alright, so we're gonna play the land out. So that way we can stomp this. Oh, I guess I can counter this if I pay the 1. That's fine, we'll Reckless Rage it if they do. Just keep killing their stuff and attack them. What about two-factorial authentication? Gotta launch 2 rockets before you log in. There you go. Now we're thinking with portals. I use Chrome as my password manager. Look, no numbers. It's my preferred one. It's super convenient just having it in the browser. Alright, I think Hearse means we lose. I guess we can find an Abrade off of this. Our number of 3-land expressive iterations today have been too damn high, Chip. I mean, we get to kill that. Well, this is free to play out in terms of how much mana it costs. Portable Hole doesn't kill Bonecrusher, at least. Maybe we can kill them with our large lads before they find a threat. I can crew this. Nah, I don't think we're going to be playing Standard again on stream. Hairball. Oh, these two together team up to crew this. Awkward. I'm pretty okay offering this trade, so they can trade the Hearse for my Bonecrusher if they want. Yeah, it's not a good exchange for them, though. They decline. Yeah, there's a few break all the artifacts cards, but I'll just point out that it's just like peak fucking Twitch chat to be like queue into the artifacts decks, and people are like, why don't we have a card that destroys all the artifacts, Jeff? It's really weird. Why didn't you ask me why we don't have a destroy all the artifacts cards during the other 5 matches we've played today? Oh, really? We didn't need them in the other 5 matches? Weird. Yeah, actual factual Shatterstorm is historically legal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think you could argue maybe we should have a third and maybe even a fourth Abrade the board just because it's a good utility card that like also happens to kill Rat, but definitely don't think I want I don't think we need a nuclear option, for lack of a better terms. I would love a third land, thank you for asking. And Library Exile. Yeah, opponent's probably playing Niv. So obviously, we only get 1 card off of this one, but I think that's fine. I mean, that's not even just like old modern full effect. That's just like pretty typical non-rotating Magic the Gathering format. There's a lot of decks, and you can't have something for everything. Our opponent conceded very quickly. I'm going to bring in some extra threats and trim these play with fires for now, I think. Maybe a Mystic Dispute if we expect them to be Niv. Maybe a Spell Pierce. We'll see. We can reassess. Maybe we can trim a couple of Reckless Ranges and bring in the Spell Pierces into Dispute. Let's do that for now. And we'll reassess once we see more of their deck. I never put cards for blue-white control on my sideboard because I just auto-concede to it. There's the biggest brain play ever. I was muted on purpose there, chat. I was trying to yell for my children, but they ignored me. They're ignoring me, chat. Yeah, they have a half day today, full effect. They do one half day every month so the teachers can have half a day to do prep stuff. Declan has promised me he intends to live at my house until he's 30. Hey, Jacob, thank you for bringing... Oh, until you're 21? Okay.
Oh, no, to drink
Love you, dude.
the stuff you don't... The stuff you...
Say hi. Thanks, haircut. Look good, chat.
Hi. I'm gonna stay until I'm 21. I might... You know, I want to start... When I'm older, when I'm 18, I want to start a business.
You're gonna start a business when you're 18?
Not any business. A business to help people, you know?
Business to help people? That sounds like a good kind of business.
Yeah, and also, but don't pay them. And also, you always pay, but the only way we go, and also, you always buy bucks.
It's $5 to help people?
Yeah.
How are you gonna help people with $5?
We go, like, we pay $5, we go just, and we also go get like some of the money or to help people and stuff.
All right, I think you got about a decade to work on your business plan, okay?
And everybody should treat equal.
Everybody should be treated equally. That's right.
Yeah, that should be a rule
In society?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a rule in society. You're right.
But sadly, it's not.
It's not. You're right. I think you should go to government and fix that, Jacob.
Yeah, the government had to fix that.
You could be a part of fixing it, okay?
Yeah.
My generation has failed at fixing it. It's all up to you now, okay?
All about me.
Are you up to that challenge?
I am up for a challenge. With my good eye, we help the world.
All right, my dude. Thanks for bringing me my snacks. How can we get him elected? I'll let you know, Chip. Hopefully I'll still be here when he's running for office. Alright, chat. These 1-1s are going the distance. They're going ball speed. Alright, reckless charging a 1-1. Not reckless charging anything, there's a Grafdigger's Cage in play. Champ. Yeah, Bernie has a Twitch channel, but he hasn't really streamed on Twitch, right? Like, his channel's like basically a corporate channel. It's not like he's firing up his PC to stream personally. Hey, what's going on, Mr. JoJo? you for the 41 months. Welcome back. Oh no! Not my Dreadhorde Arcanist. Alright, I think this is a Ledger Shredder into Wizard Lightning your dome angle, right? Get my connive trigger gun. Do I spell pierce the helix to gain 2? I don't think I do, or gain, or deny their 3. I don't think I do. I think I wanted to discard to this, this loot. Alright, don't settle my wreckage. Don't do it. So long, friend. Ouching pigeon, charging moose. Deck was fine. I don't know that there's anything particularly special. It was bad into red-black both times we played it. I don't know if that type of matchup's really fixable. These low threat density decks tend to be bad into the really interactive heavy decks, so not much we can do about that. Felt pretty reasonable and competitive into most other things. If you like it, play it. If you don't, don't. I don't think I'd feel like I'd recommend this deck based on pure power level. Like, it didn't feel like it was doing anything particularly busted, but if you like these kind of blue-red burn prowess decks, this felt fine. All right, let's